All right, let's get to it.
All right. Well, are you ready to tread through this week's episode, Mike?
I am.
All right. Well, if we get through it, there may be a bacon sandwich on the other side for us.
And some soup?
And some soup. It's the Watchers on the Couch, and we're talking His Dark Materials after the intro music, of course. Welcome back to Watchers on the Couch, His Dark Materials edition. Please don't cut off our digits. I'm Tim.
And I'm Mike.
And consider using what remaining functional fingies you have to like and subscribe if you haven't already. We're covering episode 4 of season 2, Tower of Angels. Angles is actually what I have written down because I can't fucking spell. But it's actually overall a good episode. It might be my favorite episode of the season so far. What about you, Mike?
I agree. Yeah, I really enjoyed this episode. It was fun, and I enjoyed it. It was just it was an easy watch, I guess. I don't know, but I mean, also with Japari or Japari, however he says it,
Japari Baratheon.
Yeah, I like that guy. So I remember, I think I mentioned that I saw his face or something, and I couldn't figure out what he was from the previews last episode.
Sherlock.
Okay, that's one, but like that's not where I really recently recognized him from. I recognize him from Fleabag.
Oh, I haven't seen that, but yeah, he was Moriarty in Sherlock.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, Sarah has watched it, so it's pretty good, and I like that guy. I like his face, and he's a great actor.
I like his face.
I do. And when him and Lee were both together, I'm like, I could watch a whole lot of this because I like both those actors. I'm like, this is great.
This should be the show.
It should be the show.
Fuck Will and Lyra.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who cares about them? Give me the Lee and Stannis show.
All right.
So we do start off with a narration about the knife and where the knife comes from, which might as well have been narrated by Galadriel because it's very Lord of the Rings-esque in its opening, which is weird. You don't normally see that in a television show. You definitely see it in film a lot as a trope because, especially in adaptations of books, because there's so much information that we're not going to be that they just don't know how they're going to present in a book or in a movie. So it's like, let's just give you fucking 15 minutes of narration up front.
Yep.
Dune is really bad for that. The David Lynch one.
Yeah, it was. It did seem kind of silly, or like I just knew immediately. Well, I guess not immediately, but like after that whole narration, I knew that, oh, this is just going to be it. Like, because I'm like, wait, are they going to say anything? That's it? You're going to tell me a little bit more about this knife and how it's built? And I'm like, oh, no, this is it for sure. Like, there's not going to be a big backstory about this. They just wanted to let you know some dudes created this knife.
Didn't use it for good. And we made some specters.
See, so I thought that was a little strange. So did like the guild change their perspective over time or what they wanted to do? Because that one old guy who was the previous bearer, he seemed like
Zod.
Good person though, or he told Will the right thing to do. He didn't say, hey, go find, gold and bring it back here. But I wonder if they changed after. So maybe they started like stealing shit from other worlds. Mm-hmm. Then the Spectres came out. Then obviously they had to change because fucking, I was going to say demons, but that I'll have to stick to Spectres because there's demons in the show. Yeah. They're like cute little red panda animals.
Red pandas. They're so adorable.
Yeah. I wish there was going to be more on, the knife and how it was made and formed and whatnot, but
I'm sure there is. It's called the book.
No, I don't think so. I don't think there's really that much more information in the books.
Oh,
Because,
really?
yeah, I was listening to a podcast by Bald Move, and there's two girls that do it. It's the wives of the two guys that generally do that podcast. And I think one of them has read the books, and she's like, yeah, I don't know. But she might not be saying, like, she doesn't spoil anything. The one who has read the book. So
Gotcha.
she might just be bullshitting.
You're cheating on us with other podcasts, listening to other podcasts. And
Yeah, man, and they can listen to us too.
that's true.
Yeah.
But then after, so going back to this whole, background of the knife. So it's like, okay, they're doing this because they don't know how to present all this information in the storyline. But then they do. Terrence Stamp's character actually does a pretty decent job of, telling you what you need to know about the knife. It's like, what was the point of this?
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. I thought it was a good opening. It
was. I mean,
kind of get your mind into it and know about the knife.
Yeah, and as people who have not read the books, it's helpful for us.
Yeah.
So
The Guild.
we've got Lee and Stannis to talk about. We've got Will to talk about. We've got a little bit with Mary. We've got Boreal and Coulter. I guess that's it. Those are the main. Oh no, there was something with there was the witch fight.
Oh, yeah. Well, we can go through that real quick.
Yeah, let's go through the witch fight.
I mean, that is the part of the ending, though, too, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So watching these witches easily taking out these warships, like airships, it seems like they could easily resolve their own problems with the Magisterium just by, the Magisterium, they're, doing some stuff we don't like.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll go kill them because we're basically invincible.
Yeah. Well, unless they pull our sticks out of our back.
Yeah. Okay.
My thing was when I was watching the witch fight, they're flying around, they're shooting these machine guns at them, and they're missing. But then they bother to knock down the door. It's like, you could have just flown through the gun port.
It's true.
There was nothing that you're made of smoke at this point.
You didn't even have to. You just pop a hole in the thing, and then, woo!
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you can do that. There's so many easier ways to kill a bunch of people in this world.
I don't need a knife. I'm a witch.
Yeah, it's not called the subtle witch.
Or maybe the witches will just bounce off, if they didn't have a knife. Maybe they do need a knife to cut a hole in it. No, they can bang open the door, though, so I'm thinking way too deeply in this whole thing. But they seem pretty much, ridiculously powerful.
They do.
So. But yeah, witch is mad. Take down some airships. Then they go through the same portal that Azrael did.
Yeah, so we got an answer to that question. The portal is open, and it's under heavy guard.
Yeah. Yeah, so they were just guarding it?
Apparently.
Okay. I didn't know if they were guarding it or if they were, controlling the area, if they were heading that way to destroy it. I didn't know.
Well,
guarding it makes way more sense.
Yeah, Joe Perry basically says that, he basically says, it's going to be difficult to get there.
Okay.
Because everybody's trying to go through the portal.
Well, it's not difficult anymore.
That's true. Gonna open the way for you. Now they have to fight the witches.
Yeah. But the witches went through. So where does that world go? That's still a mystery, right?
Well, I mean, if it's the same portal, then it has to go to Chittagaze.
Oh. Yeah, that's true. So that means Azrael is in Chittagaze somewhere?
He had to go, I guess, presumably he went through because Lyra was behind him following him, and that's where she ended up. Unless that one just throws you into random places, but it doesn't seem like it does.
Okay, so this seems okay. Then let's just go into Boreal because I'm jumping ahead with his story or whatever. But they're in that when him and Miss Coulter, he brings her to the door that's in the greenhouse, or it looks like a greenhouse or something. I thought that door went to, like, our world. I thought that was the door he moves back and forth with in our world. But they end up going to Chitagaze through that door.
Well, the greenhouse...
I could be remembering that wrong, because I thought maybe there was 2 different places that he found doors.
For some reason, I thought the greenhouse was the door on our world.
That's what that's what I'm saying. But they went through and they went to Chitagaze instead of our world. I'm going to have to do a little rewatch.
Fucking portals, man.
Oh, editing mistake. No.
Speaking of rewatch, I need to rewatch the first episode, because wasn't Japari supposed to be the head that Azriel presented to the university?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember. Sounds familiar. You probably watched that more recently than I have.
Like the beginning of the year, but...
No. Yeah, it's not too far off. Wait, was this show last year?
It was the end of
2 years ago?
Was it 2 years ago?
Who cares?
I'm pretty sure it was
When was it?
I thought it was last year.
I think it was.
I think it was... it was coming out around the same time as Watchmen.
Okay.
It like started halfway through Watchmen, I think.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so since we're talking about Boreal, he talks to Mary. So when he's going to talk to Mary, is he just investigating? Is he actually wanting to invest money into what she's doing?
Does he actually work in the military in our world?
Yeah, right. That's another question too. Like, I don't think he does, but he obviously probably has money to where he could, I don't know, fake it or something.
Yeah, there's a lot that's unclear about this guy.
Lots of stuff very unclear.
He's very misogynistic too.
Yeah. See, I think it depends on how you take it. I mean, I don't know. Was he being a dick? I really don't know.
Well, I'm sure he didn't think he was being a dick, but I think by our world standards, it was a dickish thing to say.
Like, is that wrong to say, like, you know, admiring a woman with a good work ethic? Like, it depends on how you take it. Like, unless you're trying to say, like, is he trying to say, oh, all other women, most women don't have good work ethics? Or is it just, if you have this quality, that's nice?
Well, I think the fact that we don't see a whole lot of women in the magisterium.
Yeah, that's true.
And they kind of and the magisterium definitely treats Miss Coulter like shit. So.
Okay, so was he doing it on purpose, or is he just ignorant of, you know, his own world?
Well, that's a good question, consider if he's been here for some time.
Yeah, so
because we learned that he's been here for a while this episode, I think.
Yeah. That was a weird interaction. Actually, I would say that her boss is more like sexist than, you know, Boreal is. Because she tells him, like, no, Lyra's, you know, did something. And like, she's obviously proved herself as, like, ridiculously smart and, like, hard worker, but he's just like, dumb woman, get some sleep. Yep.
Yeah, fuck that guy. Stupid guy. Let's see. Boreal's also hitting on Miss Coulter as they're having dinner. He's like,
yeah.
I want to tickle your monkey. And she's like, no.
I'll put my snake in your monkey.
Oh, man.
I'm a snack.
Tread on me. I'm a snack.
Have we heard his demon talk, that snake talk? It better be, I'm a snack.
I think we have. I think we heard it last season. I think it's got a female voice.
Okay. It doesn't have the typical slithery like trope of a snake talking.
I don't think so.
Talking with a lisp.
We'll have to rewatch season 1. I for some reason I felt that we had heard it speak. The only demon we haven't heard speak is Miss Coulter's.
No. Huh.
Because she doesn't like herself. She doesn't want to talk to she doesn't want to talk to herself.
Yeah, her relationship with her demon is real weird. This interaction was weird. I don't know if he was like, I guess he was hitting on her, right? And then I don't know how she was taking it, to be honest. Like, when I guess she didn't like it at all, and that's why she grabbed her demon. But then on her own face, she was pretending like, oh, wow, yeah, that's cool. But really in her, she wanted to kill Boreal or something. I don't, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think she'll probably end up killing Boreal. I think if anybody kills Boreal, it's going to be her.
Yeah, I think so too. That monkey's going to choke that snake. Kill that snake. It's going to whip it around, dude. Like, you whip it around and around, and then you snap it. That's how you kill snakes.
That's how you kill snakes?
Yeah, look it up.
Okay, I don't want to. But
you shouldn't. But yeah.
Sounds
apparently, awful. Yeah. Apparently it works.
That's the other thing that I think is weird about Libra's World. They have all these talking animals that are parts of them, but Lee wants a bacon sandwich. Have we even seen a pig?
I don't think we have.
It seems like that's a world that wouldn't eat a lot of meat.
Man, that would be a bad demon to have as a pig, wouldn't it?
Yeah, for sure.
Everybody, if people are hungry, can you eat a demon? They could at least try. I mean, when people are starving, they'll do anything. They do all kinds of weird things. So, like, if you had a pig demon, there's some starving people around you. They're going to try to kill your demon and make a bacon sandwich.
Eat your demon pig. Oh, man. Well, jumping back to Mary. Mary actually finally talks to Dust.
Yeah. So I think last episode I talked about how I wasn't real fond of this dark matter being consciousness. Mm-hmm. This episode, it seems a little more interesting in how they presented it. It's still a little silly, but I'll take it.
They're angels.
Yeah.
And they want vengeance.
Yeah.
Vengeance angels. Mm-hmm. Who do they want vengeance against?
Exactly. Against God. Are they?
That's what I was wondering.
Are they fallen angels? It's like the whole story of like, I'm mad at God creating these humans and they got the free will and I just have to obey God.
Yeah, I think these angels are all like, hey, let's kill God.
Yeah. Yeah, so it'll be interesting for that to play out more and get more information like on where they came from and what vengeance on what.
Or vengeance on people because people suck. They keep misusing powers and making specters and shit.
Yeah. And so there's dust and dark matter, demons specters are all the same. And I guess they're in every single world, every dimension. So I've at least seen them in 2, or unless her machine speaks with only the Chitagaze one. I don't know.
Well, presumably hers is speaking with the stuff that's like in
her world, right? Okay. That's what I'm saying.
Skulls and the I Ching boards and stuff like that.
Uh-huh. Oh, I don't know.
Everything's so
Why
confusing.
would they be angels?
I don't know. Well, maybe that's just what that's what the nearest word that it can translate to is.
That's true. Yeah. So it could just be using a terminology that she would understand from her language.
Right.
So, yeah, that makes sense. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. Evil angels in the whole universe.
All right. So what else we got? We've got. Yeah, let's jump to Lee and Stannis.
All right.
Stanislaus Grumman. So We do find out that Stanislaus is Jopuri, which is a very slurred way of saying John Perry.
Yes.
Which now I feel dumb.
And he's like, oh, I've been many names. I've heard many names in my time. Like
Gandalf? Yes, that was my name. I am Joe Perry the White.
Yeah.
John Perry the White.
Because he says, they call me Joppery. I'm like, you gave yourself that name, didn't you? You're one of those guys that gave yourselves nicknames.
Choppin' Joppery.
John Perry, Joppery. I shall be known as Joppery.
Who for some reason has Lee's mother's jewelry.
Yeah. Where the hell did he get that?
Hey, me and your mom go way back.
That's what it's. Yeah.
My thing is, I have so many questions about Colonel John Perry. Like, number one, is he really from our world? If so, how does he have a demon? How does he have magic?
That's an interesting question for sure, especially the demon question. But I believe was it Lyra talking about Will, and Will would eventually be able to see his demon? Or Pan was saying something like that, like he'll eventually see it, or
if that happened, I missed it.
There's
but
something.
I don't doubt that it happened.
There's something or somebody who was talking about that. So who knows? Maybe if you stay in that world long enough, and he seems like a person who is, I guess, a scientist in a sense, or I guess just the pursuit of knowledge to try to find everything about this world and the other dimensions and that. So maybe he's learned something to where he could figure out how, I don't know, how to get a demon or look within himself to find his demon.
Well, Will would have to come to Lyra's world to have a demon, wouldn't he? Because they don't have demons in Chittagazzi.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, because nobody knows. They don't like animals over there.
No. Yeah, okay. Never mind. I was thinking something else. I was thinking like the demons can't cross in other worlds.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I don't know why I thought that. Like, Pan's been with her the whole time.
Yeah, none of the kids, like even the guy who had
right.
the shithead kid that had a knife, they don't have demons.
Yeah.
By the way, what happened to that fucking cat?
Mm-hmm.
They just abandoned that cat.
No, they ate it for sure.
Fucking Will abandoning the cat that brings him to another world.
That one girl ate it.
Piece of shit. Angelica ate the cat.
You know, so oh man, I forgot what I was gonna say. Sorry.
It's all right.
Yeah. Anyway, we were talking about how he gets that, how Joppery gets that thing from his mom or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. Oh, what a strange man. I do like his character, though.
Mm-hmm.
It's entertaining, especially when, to make the wind move, he has, hold on, I must
put my hood up.
Put my hood on. Oh, and act all weird. Oh, this is so difficult. Now the wind moves. See, I'm magic. I did some David Blaine shit.
Yeah. Tell your rabbit to shut the fuck up, man. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah. His demon gave some shit to his rabbit. Thought you're, more hair than tortoise, or... I didn't even get that right away. As soon as I heard it, I'm like, wait, he's part
slow
turtle
as fuck
too? Like, yeah. Oh, tortoise
you guys
in the hair. How do you know that fucking story about the tortoise in the hair?
Well, how do they have an Oxford?
Yeah, that's true. Stam Guild. That's why we got Berenstain Bears.
That's right.
Yep.
That is where the Mandela effect comes from.
Yeah. Comes from these other worlds.
People are crossing over, remembering different shit.
Yep.
Man, we cracked that. That should be a shirt. That should be our next shirt. Is Berenstein and Berenstain, but we do the slash like his Dark Materials logo.
I like that. That's a good idea.
We should do that. We need to do that, and don't pour ale in your shithole.
All right.
Actually, don't pour ale in your shithole needs to be a mask.
Oh man, I like that.
I'll see if we can do that.
All right.
Oh, speaking of which, let's go ahead and take an ad break, and then when we come back, we will talk about Will, because this is a Will-centric episode. So, as always, if you're listening to the podcast, the video version is available on YouTube over on my Beard vs. Evil channel. Link in the description. You can see our beautiful faces. Mike with his improv of putting his hood up to cast some wind spells and all that fun stuff.
Oh, it's my fingers.
And he's got no fingers.
I'm the next bearer.
His fingers are gone. And you can only see this if you watch the video version
Tricked you.
on the YouTube channel. Also, for those of you on YouTube, don't forget, watchersonthecouch.com/shop. Get yourself a Watchers on the Couch t-shirt. They're very comfortable. And from now until December 12th, which is not very long, I understand that. But until December 12th, shirts are on sale for only 14 buckaroos. That is a good deal to get a nice Watchers on the Couch logo shirt to cover your shame.
It's like MeUndies for your torso.
Yeah. I think MeUndies has, I think they have shirts, but, but they don't say Watchers on the Couch on them.
It's like Bombas socks for your torso.
There we go. Perfect. That's an ad. All right, Mike. Back to the matter at hand. And the hand only has 3 fingers on it. Mm-hmm. It's Will.
Yep. That's a really, really asshole knife. If that's how it picks people. Like,
it's a subtle knife.
It's not very subtle, is it?
It's not subtle at all. It looks like a fucking knife.
Yeah. Gotta cut your fingers off.
Now, I have
so
a pen.
You know you're the next one?
I have a pen, and that pen is a subtle knife because if you pull it apart, there is a knife in it.
So if there's a bunch of other dimensions...
Another dimension.
Is this the only world that has figured out a device to cut into other worlds and make windows? Like, is there another world that's made like the obvious chainsaw? You know, I'm serious, but I know that it's silly, but like,
I've got the subtle like bullets.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what this magic is.
Whatever this bullshit is.
Maybe.
Man, are all these tears or these portals things that were opened with the knife and the asshole just forgot to close them?
Yeah. That old guy says you got to close them. Who knows
how many that shit. And
can you close other people's doors that they left open? Is Will and Lyra going to leave? So we just saw that Coulter and Boreal just went to Chitagaze. Mm-hmm. Lyra and Will are going to cut another hole and leave and then close it, and they're going to be trapped there. Or not cut another hole, just go back into the one that Boreal came in, and they're going to close it, and they'll be trapped.
And they're stuck. They're going to get all spectered.
What's Boreal saying that he trapped Lyra? She's not trapped. How's she
trapped? She's not trapped at all. Let her go.
Yeah.
Boreal's
She's doing whatever the fuck she wants.
Well, and she called him on it. Oh, so you don't actually have her at all.
Yeah. Like, oh.
Words mean things, and you're using them wrong. No, very astute for a woman.
But this
damn... I admire a woman who knows grammar.
I hope later in the season somebody does come in with an obvious chainsaw. Or
Azrael has the obvious chainsaw.
An obvious sword, a subtle sword.
It's a big Final Fantasy VII sword.
Yeah.
This is the subtle sword.
Very subtle it is. I got an Australian knife. That's not a knife.
I don't get it. So... Yeah, I mean, they take their sweet time getting up the tower. There's not much to talk about there. They,
Oh, hold on. There is, in a sense, as far as where they find this fucking door and it has a fucking angel on it. Like, this is some NPC, or this is just like a bad video game type of thing. Like, that's exactly what it reminded me of. Cause like, they're walking around and it seems like almost such a waste of time. And really, like, I immediately knew, so how do you get in the tower? I'm like, you probably have to go lower and then walk up. Mm-hmm. I don't know where it is. Oh, look at this angel on this door. That's a subtle angel. It's a small one.
A subtle angel. That's the name of this episode.
The specters, they're subtle angels.
Yep.
So, yeah. Yep, lots of steps. They get up there. You know, why the fuck didn't that old man help during the fight? He just watched. I mean, I know he's old.
He's old.
But there's kids fighting to the death. You know, like...
Yeah, he can't help kids.
Don't you want to help these kids out, or he just wants to watch? Fight, boy, fight!
Fight for me.
Save me, so I can kill myself later.
Man, I don't get it. Like, why'd you let the kid take the knife from you?
I get it.
Take the knife.
Why did Will wrap his hand in that rope? Oh... Easy special effects. I thought his hand just got cut. Did you think he got his fingers cut off?
I didn't think he got his fingers cut off until the rope came off.
Yeah. Fuck. Why did he put that rope on his hand? Doesn't make any sense. He didn't it's not going to help him punch the guy.
No, it's so you have something. It's like when they, when people take their shirts off and like wrap it up so they can catch the knife.
Oh, catch a knife. I guess, yeah. He didn't know about the knife, so.
He didn't know how subtle that knife was, that it just goes right through rope.
Yeah.
There's your fucking rope.
Well, didn't he see that knife cut the angel's wings off before he wrapped his hand around? I mean, I guess, hey, if I'd probably do the same thing, at least. I don't know if it'll work, but fuck it. I ain't got nothing else.
You got to do what you got to do. But he actually gets to put his boxing training to good use.
Yeah. There is one thing that makes no sense, is when the knife went into the floor. The knife is not sharp on both sides to just cut into fucking whatever. It shouldn't have just stabbed into the floor. One half is to cut into other worlds. The other half is actually to cut the shit out of stuff. So it could have just like kind of poked in and then like if it slid in like this way and cut in to the floor, but not this way.
You don't think the other side of the knife cuts?
I don't know. I guess it could, but not into a floor like that.
Okay.
I'm not saying it like couldn't cut you.
Listen, if anybody out there knows about floors and knives,
yeah, no,
let's solve this
not gonna happen.
Can magic knives
that look like tile? It's not going to happen. But whatever.
What would have been funnier is if the knife fell and it cut a hole into another world and they fell in and there's like fucking dinosaurs and shit.
Dude, that'd be awesome. And then it starts becoming like the video game Portal.
Yeah.
Things get crazy.
Yeah, that would be cool. Portal. That's the subtle bullets.
Yeah. Are there humans on every world?
I mean, there has to be.
Why?
Because that's the way these things work. It's like, how does everybody in Stargate speak English no matter how far away the world is?
Yeah. I guess it doesn't really matter. Yep. Oh, man. I should have kind of known that you have to get your hands cut off because you see multiple statues in that tower that have their hands like I can't even do it right now.
I'm doing the shocker.
Yeah, that are like that. Like there's one where it looks like they're the statues on that last door that they go in where they're like holding up a Coke can and they're like, "Hey, I got a Coke can." It looked like cocaine. It's a candle, but hey. I just thought it was weird the way their hands were. They're like, hey, shake it up.
Hey, you ain't got no fingers.
Hey, I don't know. Hey, light the candle. What,
Oh, let's see.
And at the very beginning of this episode, they show a hand that's like that, but it's like subtle. It's not cut off.
It's a subtle hand.
Yeah, a subtle finger chopped off that you don't really notice that the fingers are chopped off. It just kind of looks like someone doesn't know how to make a statue of a hand. I know drawing hands are very hard. Yeah. So I guess making statues of them, are hard too. But
Will gets a lot of mentorship this episode. Lyra teaches him how to deal with pain of losing his fingers.
Yep.
General Zod teaches him how to cut holes into other worlds.
Mm-hmm. And Will's like, this would have been a whole lot fucking easier if you cut the fingers off of my left hand, because I'm right-handed, motherfucker. Yeah. Will's right-handed. You know how I know this? I don't.
Oh, okay.
But I bet he is.
It seems like he would have been left-handed because he roped his. Didn't he rope his
right hand. Yeah. That's the one that got cut off.
Right.
The one that had the rope on it.
But then
so he's probably right-handed.
I think he's a southpaw.
No. You always wrap up the strength, You don't wrap up your jab hand.
Unless it's your your left. You wrap up the knife grabbing hand.
Yeah, it would be your right hand. Yeah, I think so. Knife fight, because I've been in a lot of knife fights, Tim. You'd block with, try to kind of maneuver and grab a part of the body with your left hand and then grab the knife with your right. Or jab, grab. Jab, grab, jab, grab. Okay. Jab, grab. That's what we call it in knife fighting. We call it a jab grab.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah.
What sucks is if you have like one of those beat it knife fights where you're both tied up on the same side. Like what if one of you is not left-handed?
Yeah.
You've got the advantage. Look, it's fucked.
Man.
If you're in a beat it knife fight, you don't end up stabbing the guy anyway.
Mm-hmm. So Pan is pretty hot for Will.
Yeah.
Pan even tries to get a glimpse of him naked while he's in the bathtub. Little perverted Pan.
Well, that's part of Lyra. Wants to see
Pan the perv.
It's the pervy side of Lyra.
If I had a demon, I think I'd probably want it to be like a cat. It'd have to be a cat or a dog. Mm-hmm. And therefore, I would try to marry someone who really, really loves a cat or a dog. Because then I could get head rubs all the time. Right. It's just easy. They could be like, oh, no, I just love cats. And I'm petting the cat while I'm getting a head rub. It'd be awesome.
And then you sploosh.
Yeah. Sploosh.
I just pet a cat and I jizzed in my pants.
Yeah. So, anyway.
What else is it? Is that it?
That is about it. Yep. I was hoping Will would do like, tricked you. I didn't actually lose my fingers.
He does the Princess Bride thing. I have to tell you something. I'm not left-handed. Boom.
Oh, I did write in my notes I'm like, do they have antibiotics in that world in Chitagaze? So it's gonna be
get infected.
Yep.
Maybe it's a really clean knife.
Maybe they don't have bacteria in that world.
Oh.
You never know. Never know.
All right. Well, I don't remember what the previews were for the next episode.
I don't either.
So that's cool.
I haven't been paying too much attention to them.
They don't really tell you much. It's
Yeah.
just a bunch of quick scenes, really. So,
Hey, hold on. What do you think about how you close a door? Like you just pinch your fingers together,
pinch
and
it,
like slide it down.
pinch it and zip.
All right.
Well, how do you think you should close
I
the
don't
door?
know. I knew that question was coming. I was like, actually, I don't know a better way. I guess.
Seems great.
I don't know. Maybe you turn the knife around, or I don't know. Now the magic is in your hand and not the knife. I don't know.
Okay. Use
The magic's supposed to be in the knife, not the hand.
It's the knife wielder now. But yeah, you take the flat end of the knife and you just kind of smooth it out. You like you're putting joint compound on the drywall.
Yeah.
Or somebody has the subtle zipper and they just
It's very subtle. You barely notice it.
I can't even see it. Doesn't look like anything to me.
It's not an explicit knife.
So episode 5 is up next. It's called The Scholar. So we'll get into that one. I think it looks like what I see listed, there's only 7 episodes this season.
Well, I mean, how many were there last season? 8?
I think 8.
Yeah. That kind of makes sense.
Well,
I'm
they just
surprised
cut
they
an
even-
episode off like it's one of Will's fingers.
Well, I think there was supposed to be more, or was supposed to be another episode, but I think I read this. I think I said this on our first episode, maybe.
Oh, there's supposed to be something with Azrael in it.
Yeah.
You couldn't get James McAvoy.
I think it's schedule issues, COVID stuff, or
Right.
whatnot. I don't know exactly. So, but we shall see. Maybe that's BS.
Oh, and they're
Just
like
trying
just
to
waiting.
trick us.
I like being
And we're not
tricked.
going to see Azrael.
And then we see all of Azrael.
All of him.
All right. Well, that'll do it for this week. Yeah, like I said, episode 5 is called the Scholar. Remember, watch us on thecouch.com for our shirt shop. Leave us a voicemail. Also, you can leave questions, comments, thoughts, whatever about this episode or future episodes. Mailbag at watchersonthecouch.com. While you're at watchersonthecouch.com, you can check out some of our back catalog, including discussions of Westworld seasons 2 and 3, the Watchmen HBO series, and of course, seasons 5 through 8 of Game of Thrones. If you're a YouTube watcher, consider liking and subscribing to feed the specter that is the YouTube algorithm. And until next time, I'm Tim.
And Mike.
And we will see you in another world.
Bye. Bye. Oh, wait, you can see my fingers. I was trying to, hey, look, I got my fingers off. Oh, wait. No, see, no.
That's a subtle trick, Mike.
Oh.